Welcome to the video series, 7 Ways to Grow Your Small or Home Business Using My Secret Weapon. The underlying goal of all the videos is to provide you strategies to help you with your customer retention, your customer follow-up, and getting new customers. And all of this applies to the retention of your business partners and your business team as well. There are a total of 4 videos in the series. Hello, my name is David Lazier, and I thought I'd just take a few moments now and tell you a little bit about myself. I am a home business mentor, coach, and trainer, and I live in Chicago, Illinois. I have been in business for myself now for over 20 years, and I tell you I love everything about being self-employed. I love the time flexibility. I love the residual income my business produces for me. I love being my own boss, and I especially love working with people to help them transform and to change their lives. I am also a published author of some 10 books and several home study courses that I've created for business professionals, and also a variety of audio and video resources that I've produced as well. In my career as a professional trainer and consultant, I've had the privilege of traveling to some 17 different countries of our world, conducting workshops and seminars for educators and for business people. Today, my passion is working with home and small business entrepreneurs and other people who are interested in getting started in a home-based business. So let's get to the first video. In real estate, they say the key is location, location, location. Well, the key to building a profitable small or home business is follow-up, 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 and then more follow-up. You need to effectively follow up with past, present, and prospective clients. One of the common traits I see time and time again with successful business owners is that they are masters of follow-up. They stay in constant contact with their clients. Now, that being said, today we are facing a real problem when it comes to follow-up. Unfortunately, most of the follow-up methods being taught and used in business today are painfully ineffective. Now, I call this the follow-up dilemma. And the dilemma is it's getting harder and harder to reach people all the time. It's almost like one night while we were all sleeping, customers changed. And for the most part, they stopped listening to and paying attention to our messages. They started putting their phone numbers on national don't call lists and were saying to us, no more telemarketing calls. They got email filters on their computers to prevent unwanted messages from getting through, and they started complaining about spam to their internet service providers. No more unsolicited email. No more filling my email with your junk autoresponders and sales messages. They got answering machines and caller ID so they could screen their calls. No more being bugged by people I don't want to talk to. They started recording TV shows on DVRs so that they could zip through the commercials, or they just put the TV on mute. No more watching advertising harangues in the middle of my favorite shows. They got pop-up blockers to prevent internet ads from interrupting their online experience. No more harassment while I'm browsing the internet. And they started throwing away junk mail received from the Postal Service, mail that comes from companies they've not requested to receive information from. And they throw it away without even opening it. No more wasted time opening and reading mail that is about stuff I'm not interested in. You see, people are simply too busy these days to pay attention to our follow-up efforts, and they are frankly fed up with being continually bombarded by advertising and other unwanted information. They've reached a point of information overload, and they've decided to do something about it. Block and ignore information they don't want to receive. Now, this should be a huge warning sign to us, because the game of building a profitable business has changed dramatically precisely because customers are no longer paying attention to our messages. Now, as an independent business owner myself, I know how critically important consistent and continuous follow-up is to grow my business. But I also know the limitations of most conventional methods of staying in touch with customers and potential customers. So I began an in-depth search for the most effective methods to use in marketing my own business. And I tell you that search led me to an unexpected and very surprising discovery. In all the research I did, I found that the most effective and efficient follow-up method for any business, hands down, but particularly small businesses and home-based businesses, is sending postcards and greeting cards. You don't believe me? Well, let me introduce you to some extraordinarily successful business people who have made sending postcards and greeting cards the key pillar in their customer follow-up and customer retention strategies. The first person is Dr. Shelley Giebel, a medical doctor in Temple, Texas. She regularly does product demonstrations for her clients, and she discovered that by sending friendly reminder cards, she could dramatically reduce the no-show rate. In fact, since launching this reminder card strategy, she reports a 333% higher turnout for the product demos she hosts for her clients. Yes, you heard that right, a 333% increased turnout rate. And she says that it's all due to a follow-up postcard system that reminds clients of her product events. Now, the second person is Bob Fleet. Bob is a life insurance agent in Arizona, and I'm sorry I couldn't find a picture of him. However, before he started to send cards, he was doing around 25 policies a year. Then he started to set up multiple card campaigns throughout the year, thanking people for their business, remembering their birthdays and anniversaries, sending cards on special occasions and holidays, congratulating them for their accomplishments, and so forth. And as a result of doing this, in just 6 weeks, he sold 40 policies. That's almost double his previous yearly numbers. Another great example is Jack Welch, the celebrated business leader who turned GE, General Electric, into one of the largest and most admired companies in the world. He made it a regular habit to send handwritten cards to anyone in the company he felt deserved personal communication, whether it was to motivate them, correct, or congratulate them. And he did this from his top managers to laborers. He understood that when you get right down to it, everyone's job in the company is to get and keep customers. So why not pour on lots of appreciation to your staff and employees on a regular basis? So let's talk about why postcards and greeting cards make such an effective and perfect follow-up tool. Well, it's because they do 3 important things. First of all, they almost always get delivered, opened, and read. Just think about it. Remember the last time you received a greeting card in the mail? Did you open it? Well, of course you did. We've been trained since childhood to open, get excited about, and read greeting cards that are sent to us. And the same thing is true for postcards, except with postcards there's not even an envelope to open, so you're almost guaranteed your message will be read. Now, the second reason that postcards and greeting cards make the perfect follow-up tool is because greeting cards and postcards make the recipient feel great. It makes them feel remembered and appreciated. Again, think about the last time you received a greeting card or a postcard. How did it make you feel? How did you feel about the sender? After all, just think about it. Who sends us greeting cards and postcards in the first place? Well, our friends and family. So wouldn't you like your customers, potential customers, and referrals to automatically view you as a friend? Well, sending a heartfelt greeting card is the fastest and easiest way to do just that. All things being equal, people do business with and refer business to those people they know, like, and trust. Now, the third reason that postcards and greeting cards make the perfect follow-up tool is that they remind the recipient about the benefits of doing business with you. And it's because of the warm feelings and positive associations people have for greeting cards and postcards. And what that means is your messages will bypass the reader's usual advertising filters and be accepted much more easily and effectively. Smart, successful small and home business entrepreneurs are always looking for reasons to send follow-up messages, postcards, and greeting cards to people both in and outside of their business. Think about the saying that's been around for years. The fortune is in the follow-up. In my experience, sending out cards is a perfect staying in touch follow-up strategy. Now, in the next video in this series, I'm going to show you some very specific ways you can harness the power of sending postcards and greeting cards to build your business. I'll see you then.